Hello. Hi, Herself community. It has been quite a while since I have been on a live. I actually wanted to just sort of get in touch again about some things that I have heard often in the messages, in the comments about glucose spikes. Now, glucose spikes are very important, very relevant, very significant for us as Black women, but not just as Black women, but also as menopausal women. So, why do we, or should we actually, be so concerned with glucose spikes? What is so relevant about glucose spikes, especially for Black menopausal women? Well, here's the thing. Black women are very high at risk for heart disease. In fact, heart disease is the number one killer for Black women in the US. And not just heart disease, but if you are going through menopause at an early stage, or even if you are in menopause at a later stage, you are, as a Black woman, at high risk for heart disease. And what makes it even more significant, or even more problematic for Black women, is if you are at risk for type 2 diabetes. So type 2 diabetes, as we know, comes about with insulin resistance most of the time. And glucose spikes, which is why I'm bringing up this topic, is very, very problematic for type 2 diabetes. Because glucose spikes, when they're high, they cause spikes in insulin. And spikes in insulin, when the levels are really high, means that you are less insulin sensitive. And when our insulin is not working, that means that the insulin is not able to help our bodies transport glucose to the cells that actually need them, to the muscle cells, to the liver, to our fat cells. And then what happens is that these cells are that the high levels of blood sugar is stored as fat. And when they're stored as fat, then not only is it problematic for us as menopausal women because we gain weight, but it's also problematic because it puts us at higher risk for metabolic and cardiovascular diseases. So what does that mean for us with glucose spikes? With glucose spikes, if it causes such havoc in our bodies, then it is important for us to try and work against it, to try and bring our glucose levels down. So what can we do against glucose spikes? Well, that's why I wanted to talk with you today. And if you don't know me, my name is Jennifer Lipscomb, and I help Black menopausal women with a sweet tooth lose belly fat and reduce sugar cravings on a partly or fully plant-based diet without skipping dessert. So if you are interested in losing belly fat, and if you want to reduce your sugar cravings, then join me in this very brief live so I can share with you how easy it is and how simple it can be to apply just one hack, one simple hack that can help you bring down your glucose levels and stabilize your blood sugar levels and make sure that you are um, supporting fat loss, but also that you're improving your health and reducing your risk for any metabolic or cardiovascular diseases. So the one hack, it's something that you can do easily. You can do it in your living room. You can do it outside. You can do it at the gym. It's not even something that requires intensity. It's not something that requires a long duration of time. You simply, only for a period of 10 minutes, can engage your muscles, activate them so that you can activate or contract your muscles so that you can make sure that the glucose is used, the excess glucose is used where it's needed. So when you contract your muscles, it does not matter how intensely, then you are able to absorb the excess glucose into your cells where they're needed and bring down the high glucose levels, which will balance your blood sugar. And this is very, very key, not only for losing fat, not only for bringing your glucose levels down, but also for reducing your cravings. So what does that mean? 10 minutes of what kind of exercise? People think you have to, jump up and down, do some jump squats, or do jumping jacks, or run in place, or do any kind of intense exercise where you're sweating and you're breathing very heavy. But it's not even necessary. If you want to bring down your glucose levels and you're going to move for 10 minutes in place, then you can simply walk in place. You can do it outside, you can do it inside, but whatever you do it with good form, you do it with ease, and you do it continuously for 10 minutes. So that simply means moving your arms and your legs so that you have compound muscles working simultaneously, which will make it more efficient absorbing the glucose from your blood. So if walking in place is not something that you can do for 10 minutes, then you can lift your knees in place for 10 minutes. You can step from side to side. You can sit down in a chair and then stand back up again and then sit back down, and do this over and over again for 10 minutes. And during this time, with good form and with ease, and hopefully not falling over with heavy breathing, you really want to do this comfortably. And you want to do it knowing that you are bringing your glucose levels down. So this is a very good tip. Studies have been done on this to make sure that glucose levels can be balanced very quickly and in a way that is accessible and doable for everyone. And on the long term, because it's so sustainable, then it is something that everyone should be able to incorporate in their schedule, in their lifestyle. And so this tip and 6 other tips like this are tips that I have in my Tame Your Taste Buds, Tame Your Tummy guidebook. And in this guidebook, I not only talk about hacks that can help you bring down your glucose levels, I also talk about hacks that will help you to reduce your cravings. I also talk about hacks that will help you to create an effective eating window, which will allow you to create a fast of 16 hours or more, which will not only help you to burn fat efficiently, but also work towards bringing your glucose levels down. And also tips for creating yummy desserts, because for most of the women in this community, we have a sweet tooth, and we know how difficult it is to refrain from eating sweet food. So reducing our cravings and creating an eating window and these other hacks that I have in my course are very helpful for helping us to control our eating habits. And this course, I have a link of the course, Tame Your Taste Buds and Your Tummy, in the description notes below, will be available and is accessible for all who click on the link in the coming weeks. So once you click on the link, then you will be redirected, be on a waiting list, and in the next couple of weeks, the course will roll out. And during this course, not only will you have the access to the guide, but you'll also have live coaching for 7 days. And in addition to that, you'll also have an app that will help you to track progress, to track your meals, to track your water intake, and other indicators that are helpful for you in your weight loss journey. Well, what's really important is that you're coming into community with other members of the Her Soul Fit community, where you can share with each other and support one another, encourage one another on this journey, and get expert tips live on a daily basis for a week. So if you're interested in joining and participating in the course, then feel free to click the link. I'm happy to join you, to have you get on board, and looking forward for anyone who wishes to be a part of the community. Take care, and thanks for listening.